Hi Virgo, welcome to your week ahead tarot with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, my readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant sign. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Virgo, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they speak to you. And also remember, these are general readings, so not everything is going to resonate with you, and that's fine. And don't forget to use your own discernment. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So let's have a look, see what is your key to the week card. This week you get the Hanged Man, right? So taking a moment, taking a beat, taking it slow. Remember, the Hanged Man is a deeply spiritual card, but it's also a very slow card. There's nothing fast, hurried or rushed about this. It really is about that moment where you take a moment, where you take a breath, refocus, recenter yourself, especially after the fact that Mercury is now direct, which is your ruler. So yeah, I think after that one as well, we all need to take a moment, right? To take a breath, to take a beat. Excuse me. This is a moment of reassessment, reevaluation, and this week it does look like you are either looking over some of your plans or asking yourself what the next steps are in relation to what new information you've had, whether this is a download, a spiritual insight, whether it's just a piece of information that somebody has shared with you. There is a sense that this week you are really taking stock of a few things before you make whatever your next steps are going to be. For your actions and options for the week ahead, you have the Death card. All right, so this is a lot of water straight away. You've got the Hanged Man there, which is Neptune / Piscean energy. You've got this coupled here with, excuse me, with the Death card as well, which is Scorpio ruled. So straight away, right, there's a lot of water going on here. Water is all about the emotions, and in a good way as well. Like, you think about this, water is your complementary element. So with a lot of water, earth will grow, right? Now, you've got the Death card in the actions and options, which means that you are bringing something to an end, a close, a culmination, or maybe even to its peak. Remember, the Death card is really about transformation, the closing of a door, the releasing of something old. Like, sometimes it's shrugging off an old skin, an old sense of self. The fact that you have this as your actions and options, this is all about what you're doing. So you are leading a big change or a big transformation in your life in some way, shape or form. This is you releasing something, letting something go, or saying, actually, you know what, that no longer works for me, or it no longer feeds into what it is that I'm trying to do or to create. For your communications and conversations, you have the Magician card. In this deck, it's actually the Witch. I love this deck, it's so beautiful. And this is not only master communication, it also represents your ruler, Mercury. So this is great. This means that you are communicating effectively and clearly this week. So it also tells me as well that you're thinking clearer this week than maybe you have in a long time. So a lot of the decisions that you make this week, they're sort of clear cut, very finite, like, yes, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Now, what this also tells me as well is that this is a spiritual insight or understanding that is making itself known to you this week, which is really powerful, because it's something that you're going to be able to communicate through your work, through the course of your daily duties. You might find that some new insight that you've had or are about to have this week really starts to filter its way into your work, into your everyday speech. Like, you could find that you're changing the way that you interact with everything because of this new understanding that's coming in, which is really exciting. When it comes to those of you that work for somebody else, I wouldn't say necessarily that this is just a chance for a promotion. It feels like it's more than that. I would say that this is some sort of deep thanks that is going to be expressed to you, and possibly as well just at a moment where you were maybe feeling a bit put upon, or, you know, I don't really feel appreciated or whatever. Whereas this week you will feel or see the deep thanks that is kind of present for you. When it comes to those of you that own businesses, business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, people that work for themselves, again, similar kind of energy, but it's more on a global scale. This is more on like a what's the word that I'm looking for? More, I want to say community scale, but it doesn't even feel like that. I feel like this could be a week where you feel, or where you at least have a glimpse at the idea that you've actually found your tribe, that you now, do you know what I mean? Like, you know who your people are, you know the people that are in your corner, you know who you want to interact with, you know who you want to be connected to. And because it's the Magician card, it does suggest that maybe you are bagging a big client of some sort, which could be really exciting. So for your those of you that are retired or no longer working, this is a very spiritual week for a lot of you. I feel like there's going to be a lot more happening on the internal planes than there are on the external. I know a lot of you are probably thinking, okay, Raf's gone into the woo-woo here. You know, you are mutable earth, but you are still earth. So I apologize for that, but this is the message that's coming through. For your money and materials, you've got the Three of Swords. So the Three of Swords coupled with the Death card is one of the very few signatures that actually speaks of literal or actual death. Now, I know a lot of you are thinking like, oh my God, am I going to die? No, it's not that. The Three of Swords suggests that financially you are releasing something or letting something go. It's underneath the Death card, and this is something that you are actioning. I get this feeling that this week you are either clearing a debt, closing down an old account, maybe you are, you know, not filing your taxes, but maybe you're paying off your tax payment. There's a sense here that some sort of debt, some sort of burden, challenge or issue on the financial level is being wiped out this week. And it's like you saying, yes, you know what? This was a thing, but it's no longer a thing. Done. Which is so exciting. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, this is going to be your... it's going to be your kidneys, your lower back, and that whole sort of general area, and all of a part of your waterworks as well. Just look after yourself and be sure to get plenty of good fluids this week. You know, things that are natural, things that are water, you know, etc. All the rest of it. Now, when it comes to your physical health and vitality as well, the Three of Swords is about things removed. So it could be that some of you are going in for biopsies this week. Maybe you're going in for second or third opinions on something that you might have found, etc. I'm not seeing anything here that I think is scary for you personally. I do feel like some of you may end up having something removed though, or cut out or cut off. You know, I touch wood on this, and I hope I'm wrong. But like I said, I don't feel like this is anybody's like keeling over, but this does feel like something is coming to an end on a material level. So, and I think personally, I feel like it's a debt, like some grand rebalancing of the scales is happening. How exciting. And then for your home and environment, you've got the Three of Swords as well. This for me, I wouldn't say that it's, you know, that you're necessarily changing the home. It does feel like maybe there is stuff that you have, you know, been meaning to get rid of and haven't got round to, and this week it's like it has to go because you need the space for something else that may be transitioning in. For your love and relations, you have your card, or certainly one of them anyway. You have the Queen of Pentacles. This is you, for those of you that are partnered, married, or in long-term relationships, this is you working on the relationship. There's a strong sense of deep spiritual connection here. There's a really strong, you might find that you and your partner are having lots of really weird, well, not weird as far as I'm concerned, but, you know, weird sort of telepathic communication where like you're, you know, like, oh, you know, something's going on with them, and you pick up the phone and they're like, oh yeah, you know, that's weird, you know, all of that. You might even be able to sense their mood from, you know, from a distance, etc. There's a strong sense this week that there is a really powerful bond, and there's also an even stronger connection here that suggests that you guys are really looking at or working on the future or the longevity of the plans that you have. When it comes to those of you that are single, this is actually a really nice week. I think when it comes to love, you could be really in the space of understanding how a partner has to reflect you on the spiritual plane, how a partner has to meet, like, you know, meet certain criteria. Everybody has criteria that they want their partner to meet. I don't care who you are or how spiritual you say you are or how awakened or enlightened or whatever. Everybody has some form of stipulation of what they will and won't accept in a relationship. I think this is a sense of really deep honesty for you about what that actually is. You know, and it's not all about money, but if you've got somebody that doesn't work, doesn't go out to do anything, you know, positive or beneficial, it's quite hard to build a relationship, you know, that is worldly and interactive with that person, because they have no means. It's not to say that they have to be a millionaire or whatever. It's not that at all, right? It's just, this is you figuring out, okay, on a spiritual level, this person has to resonate like this. On a material and a tangible level, this person has to resonate like this. There's a sense of real clarity that comes in this week. Now, the Queen of Pentacles coupled with the Magician card above means that this could be somebody that's done very well for themselves but doesn't splash it around. I really like that, because there's a humility to this person and there's a sense that they understand things at a deeper level anyway, which is really exciting. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Take care. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. I'll see you soon.